Well, hello, beautiful Virgo souls. Thank you guys so much for joining me here and welcome to my table. I have some messages for you at this time. I missed you guys. If you're new here, my name's Zachary. It's nice to meet you. If you're returning, it's good to see you guys again. Pull up a chair, my friends. I did save you a seat. So it seems that we have some messages of protection and creation actually going on right now, Virgo. So let's get into it. I have some channeled messages here through meditation, and a couple oracle cards were pulled. We'll go over and then we'll get into the tarot as we do. So the first thing that came through here in meditation was actually a band-aid. And my first thought on that was, has something been cut? Is there an injury? A need to create a situation where we're healing something? The idea of protection came through a little bit later as I got into the meditation further. More oracle cards came through. So I do also see that as protection. Well, right? I mean, we're adding a layer of protection onto a wound so that it's able to heal, not get infected. So the next thing that came through was a moving dolly. So I don't, maybe someone's moving, maybe you guys are moving. The message that came through, though, primarily is to work smarter, not harder, to utilize a tool for what it's meant to be used for, to make your job easier in some way. I feel like, and I felt called to put some meditation music on in the background here, and meditation in general has been coming up just today as I've been getting into this message. I feel like that could be a tool you're being shown, can be utilized as well. Not not to bring something, information wise forward or anything like that, but to take, which is fine, it's fine to meditate that way too, but to take a moment for yourself, utilizing that as a tool when we give ourselves time to actually rest, where we're not actually doing anything. I notice for myself as a Virgo rising, Virgo moon too, in my morning meditations, I can be in that place, especially because of what I do for work too, where I'm sitting there going, oh, I need to receive a message, and sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's about touching base with ourselves, carving out a moment for ourselves. So that's where I feel like working smarter here is actually not working at all, so that we can work when we need to. Okay. The next thing that came through, so this starts to get interesting, always interesting, but be our guest from Beauty and the Beast. Be our guest. Put our service to the test, right? So, aside from just singing this whole song, while I was going to meditation, it makes me feel like there is a service of, or a spirit of service or giving is what I put down when this came through. Thinking about, someone have company, people coming over. It is the holidays, so sure, that's a part of it. Um, I'll come back to this portion as I go further into the message here. The next thing I was shown was the rune algies, which is it's basically a straight line that has two lines that come off of it like a little pitchfork, three-pronged fork there. It was in reverse though. So this rune has to do with defense and protection. So we're back to this. This is where I started going, okay, we're defense and protection. Being in reverse here, we're talking about vulnerability or caution towards your own protection, what you may be letting in that maybe shouldn't be let in. Back to the band-aid there too. It's a very thin layer, but it's also very important to keep it protected. Look after yourself first was something that came through. The next thing was an A. I just saw the letter A. So this could be a person. It could be a person because of the message that's coming through here. It could be a person for some of you. Your name, it could be somebody else's name here too. The next thing that came through was the direction west. I was shown a compass rose, and the direction of west was actually it was black, so almost like it wasn't there, was missing. As I was meditating on this, what came through, like sitting looking at the compass rose, we've got north, south, east, and then west. And it spells out we when you're looking at the compass rose, right? This may be backward as I'm recording, but we always say north, south, east, and west. Or at least anybody I talk to, that's how I say it. I don't know. Maybe other people say north, south, west, east. That sounds, it hits the ear wrong. So sitting on that message, what came through was actually, it's interesting how we say north, south, east, west. Well, the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. The sun is a big old deal, right? It's the main reason we have life here. So it makes sense that we're talking about where the sun rises first and then where it sets. But when we are looking at the directions, in English anyway, it makes sense to go top to bottom, left to right, but instead we go right to left. So we're superseding logic for the sake of a natural flow. Interesting, interesting. I got chills on this here too. Creativity was something that was coming through on this. Next, I was shown the color red. So the root chakra, passion. I'm drawn back to creativity as well. Something needing to be grounded to create something in this realm. Let's see. Let's keep going here. So oracle cards. We did the Wild Unknown archetypes deck, excuse me. Two were pulled here with spirit. So you guys got the Destroyer and the Father. Or we did. We both did, you guys. The Destroyer and the Father. So we'll start here with the Destroyer. Oh, I missed, hold up. Rewind here. I missed a portion of my channeling here. So Destroyer and Father, we'll get here in a second. I was shown the opening of a lotus blossom blooming. Rebirth and renewal is the message that I'm getting from this. Something starting new. Maybe even out of something that's been real crappy. Because they do grow from kind of dirty water. A beautiful thing growing from a dirty place. The next thing that I was shown was star anise. The, well, it looks like a star, but it smells or tastes kind of like black licorice. The message that came through, I did look this up. What does star anise mean? Good luck was something that came through. It wards off the evil eye and protects the home from evil spirits and ill intentions. So back to protection here, you guys. And I don't want to. I don't want to. What am I trying? Paranoia. Okay, we're not slipping into paranoia. These messages are meant to be a validation to something you may already be feeling. Okay, this isn't an illumination for you to start feeling insecure about the relationships that you have. That's not the intention of this. But what is coming through, they were saying put in potpourri or sachets around the house. There may be some company coming over, a new relationship that you've developed recently, where you're being just cautioned to maybe how quickly you're letting somebody in. It's really important to get to know somebody, to get a chance to get a vibe from somebody, especially if this is like, well, whether it's friend or romantic type partner, if you're really hitting it off with somebody, please keep in mind that dopamine really overrides a lot of our sanity a lot of the time. It's wonderful to fall in love and this and that. Please also just know that it's also wonderful to be intelligent about keeping ourselves safe. And this doesn't feel like something that is, you know, insanely like physically harmful or anything like that. This is your energy we're talking about keeping safe, okay? So it just feels like there's a message of be cautious. Be cautious towards company in particular. And if you do have company come over, maybe make some sachets with some star anise or some potpourri, okay? Now let's get into the oracle cards here. Thank you, Spirit. So the Destroyer and the Father. We're going to actually start with the Father, not the Destroyer. So the Father, the Great Father, the Divine Masculine Principle, the protector, yo. And this is an energy, the mother, the father, the eternal child here, the three archetypes of the archetypal family. This doesn't have to be a literal person. The protection I'm getting coming through here is from yourself. We all have the divine masculine and the divine feminine principle within us, and it's important to be able to well, maybe work smarter to utilize the energies of those archetypes when we need them. So we're not being paranoid, but we are maybe pulling out the protector here, just being keen on what is it that feels maybe we need to protect ourselves from, okay? What I see, especially with the holidays coming forward, is like maybe you've invited somebody over that you don't really know, or because you met them at the grocery store and they don't have family or whatever. There could be many different things going on here. Um, you have family coming over. Maybe there's a new boyfriend or girlfriend or non-binary partner that's coming over with them, and you don't know them. It doesn't feel like this is something where you need to not allow them in. We're talking about just being conscious. Work smarter here, okay? Being conscious about your protection, especially as we're going into hanging out in groups here. Just be smart about it, okay, Virgo? So the destroyer coming through here next, the savage, the unexpected, and the rejected. The unexpected is definitely standing out here too. Again, I don't feel like this is something where you need to shut plans down. Maybe if that's the vibe you're getting on something, please you guys listen to that. But something unexpected coming forward. How do we plan for the unexpected? Well, in this case, protection, like I said. If you want to use that star anise, maybe what I see is like a simmer pot, okay? Maybe you want to make some mulled wine or something to have that star anise in a simmer pot. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, okay? Just get that scent rolling around. The rug being pulled out from underneath you was something that was standing out about this card too. And the quote in the book from Picasso, excuse me, every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction. So, it ultimately is feeling like to me there is something with the rug being pulled out. Something is changing. Something is happening. And this isn't of your doing, isn't of your choice either. Kind of. I feel like you want what's coming next, but the destruction part may not be your favorite, right? Not my favorite, but at the same time, it is a very necessary component towards creating something. So we're just preparing ourselves, okay? Making a plan for protection because whatever is happening coming forward, and we'll get into this in the tarot, but whatever is coming forward, we want to make sure that we are mitigating damage towards ourselves. We're looking out for ourselves first, okay? We are being selfish in that way, and selfish is not always a bad word, okay? Got to put your own oxygen mask on first. All right, let's get further into the tarot. So, well, there are a couple more oracle cards I was told to pull on camera here. One from the Urbana Witch Oracle for Virgo. Please, Spirit. What do we have going on for Virgo at this time? The Primrose. Primrose. Say Prim from the Hunger Games. And I opened right to it. I love that. Love that. Love that. I'm going to read this from the book here real quick for you guys. If you're in search of hidden treasures, remember to carry a bunch of primroses. They might aid you in your quest. And if you wish to glimpse a fairy, simply place a primrose under your tongue. Symbolic flowers of spring, they announce afternoons in the meadows spent in free time reading a book or daydreaming. If this card has crossed your path, it's a cue to bring lightness into your heart. The solution you seek lies in the act of lifting, not in burdening yourself. Allow yourself to lighten up. Okay. So this is what I'm getting coming through here. As we're talking about protection and this service and gifting, be our guest. I'm actually leaning more into the side here on the message of, so we're not canceling plans. It's beautiful to have this lightness in our heart to give to others, to serve others, if it's a dinner party or something that you're doing. So we're not shutting that down, but we're bringing bringing light into the heart too is a form of protection to cast out the shadows. Not that we're disassembling the shadow in this experience, but we are bringing light into the situation to identify maybe what might be lurking in the shadows, okay? It's a lot easier to take action or defend in that way when we can see what's going on, right? So we're not canceling plans, but we're keeping our eyes peeled and we're keeping our hearts light. This is our scope, okay? To be able to see what's going on around us. Love it. All right, I'm going to pull a couple animal cards here for you, and then we'll get into the tarot. So for Virgo, I'm going to look at this as like the path coming forward here to start. The dolphin. Intelligence, you guys. Playful intelligence. So we're going to have fun. We're still going to keep our plans here, but we're going to stay keen, like I said. What is the energy that might be blocking this path? The unicorn. I love this. So as I'm talking about sight, keeping our eyes peeled here and light in our heart. So this is the light, fun behavior in our heart. This is what's coming forward. Great holiday season, you guys, I feel, coming forward. And for those of you who holiday seasons are not a happy time. I am definitely in that group, okay? Please know that you're not alone and I love you and I'll be thinking of you, okay? Maybe I'll do something, maybe I'll do a live or something for the holidays so we can all hang out together, those of us that don't have other plans. But the unicorn, so what might be blocking your ability to successfully take this path is your sight. Third eye here, okay? Third eye chakra is the unicorn. There's this behavior of like, am I seeing that? Am I not seeing that? Trust what it is that you're seeing, okay? So that you can make appropriate adjustments. All right, so tarot here. Where do we want to start? You do want to start with this one, okay. I haven't pulled this one out for, well, a very long time. This is the Wildwood Tarot. This is one of my first decks. So let's get into it. What do we have here for Virgo? Virgo. And this is a general message, you guys. Please keep that in mind. You're smart, so please use your head, heart, and intuition to decide if these messages are for you. And if they're not, please leave them behind. We're not forcing things that don't fit here. Okay. I do have readings open and available if you guys are looking for that. My website's in the description of this video. Cash App and PayPal are there too if you feel called to tip or donate. I appreciate the support, you guys. It's not mandatory, but I do appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. And huge shout out to my channel members too, of course. If you're interested in channel membership, there's a link in the description of the video, a join right next to the subscribe button too. So your hopes at this time, you have 7 of Vessels. Mourning, Seven of Cups is kind of what this card is like as well. So with 7 of Vessels coming through and mourning, I do feel some of you may be struggling coming into this holiday season. Whether or not you have those to hang out with or not, it feels like there is something that's weighing a little bit heavy on the heart. It may be difficult to make, well, yeah, all the more reason to pay attention here. To make critical decisions for yourself to stay safe, especially if you are in a place of deep sadness, okay? Holiday times can be tricky with that. So the hope on that, I feel like, is you guys are wanting to make the right choice, in quotes here, for yourself. And I feel that. I want that for you too. Which other deck are we doing? You do want to do this one here. Okay. Curious Travels. Curious Travels for Virgo. What other messages do we have for Virgo? 8 of Wands just flipped through here. Good news coming forward. I do also feel there's a caution with this being the shadow pile towards being hasty. Okay, not to make decisions out of haste. Give it a beat. It's okay to say you're invited to something too. You're not quite sure. Maybe the new people are a group of people that you don't know. Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities. Give yourself a minute to think about or process, meditate on something. If you've received an invitation, and get back with someone. That's okay. It's okay to take a beat if you need to. Okay. 4 of Swords here at the bottom. This is your fear aversion. So rest. I am getting actually a bit of sadness coming through here, you guys. Goodness. So this is rest and relaxation, but it can be a need to rest, as I'm talking about carving out that time for yourself in meditation, not doing anything, not trying to receive, just being in a state of peace. This is actually very in that realm. You're trying to rest. This person is staring at these 3 of Swords above them, which symbolizes heartbreak and loss. Mourning, right? So they're trying to rest, but they're focusing on their pain, which is not allowing rest. So here in your fear aversion, it feels like there is an aversion towards just doing nothing. It could be your brain, is overtaking you in those moments. What I'm getting from that is a message for someone who is working with that or struggling with that. It's really important. This is why it's important not to numb ourselves throughout the day. Because when we get to the end of the day, whatever it is that we've been avoiding comes up when we're trying to sleep. So, and when there is loss and we're mourning, like there is a process of grief that happens. It's impossible to escape. But this is feeling like something that you're busying yourself with on the daily that comes forward at the end of the night when you're trying to sleep because you're avoiding it during the day. So even first thing in the morning, carving out some time for yourself to just sit there and have whatever is going on go on without trying to control it. Don't be afraid of that, okay? Some of you may be feeling like you're trying to protect from that energy, protect from yourself or your own brain. Well, putting your own oxygen mask on first in this example would be carving out some time for yourself to allow that to flow through because it ain't going anywhere. It needs to be processed. All right. So we'll start here with general energy. Oh, God. Damn, Virgo. Three of arrows. Jealousy. This is three of swords. This is what I'm saying. This is what we're saying here. So okay, yeah. Seems like there is some difficult emotions here as we're getting into the holidays. And this feels like somebody that's been lost, either by a physical death or an ending of a relationship, something like that. It feels like with jealousy and that coming through. Yeah, oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you. So there, the protection here, like I was saying, protection from the self, even. Oof. Um, it feels like you're trying to protect yourself from your own thoughts, like I said. The jealousy is almost like this jealousy from your own life, from another portion of your own life. And this is what you're trying to avoid feeling. I don't know if this is conscious, though, you guys. Whew. But it needs to be felt. An illusion, a weaving an illusion. Through avoidance, I feel like there is this process of illusion, like a form of a spell. The primrose is standing out here to me, like with the fairy realm. If you eat fairy food, if you're accepting food from a fairy, there's caution towards that because it goes that, you could fall asleep for 100 years and it feels like a blink of an eye for you kind of thing. It feels like you're trying to put yourself under, whoever this is for, a spell of sorts in that way. Okay, let's keep going here. Ten of Cups comes through to clarify. Family, community. This is higher love too, connection to the divine. It does feel like we're talking about a family member that's not here or relationship, like I said, that's ended. Something where this was your core group. It felt like the sun was out here, right? And having the two people here, it does feel like it was a relationship for some of you. There's some avoidance that's going on, okay? It could be a father, could be a father for some of you, father figure in some way. I'm getting this just very conflicting energy, especially as we're going to the holidays, like I said. You want to be excited, you want to feel that, and that pain of whatever loss has happened is feeling like it's taking over. And you want to not feel it. You want to feel the happy. We need to feel both. We need to feel both. Is there anything else on this here, please? Murder of Crows tarot here. Seven of Swords. This is a theft or betrayal. You could be feeling that something was taken from you here, and that's what it feels like, ending of a relationship or death. But there's also that reminder that by avoiding this for yourself, it is also a theft and betrayal. I'm getting, okay, to walk slowly, to take with caution, taking only what is needed. So it's not necessary maybe right now. It's important to feel the community if you have that here for the holidays. Maybe opening up Pandora's box is not necessary right this second, but to make sure that you're not trying to force it closed either. So we're taking what is necessary right now, the light and the dark. Take it a step at a time here, okay? Okay, let's look at the good stuff. Good stuff happening for you guys. The Ancestor. So this is similar to the Hierophant in the Standard Tarot, the Ancestor. I feel you guys, whatever has ended, as the Picasso line is standing out to me, creation first begins with destruction. The good stuff coming forward here for you is there's a new life. There's a new, like something big that's starting, especially with whatever's been destroyed or taken away here. The ancestor, this is the guard and guardian to the wildwood, to that spiritual experience that is the wildwood. And they are here, getting all the chills here. They're ready to take you through this path. Are you? Are you ready? How do I be ready? Pull this card here, but I feel kind of all the chills here. Oh goodness, you guys. Death comes through. It's gonna make me emotional. Shit. How do I be ready? Like I was saying here with the Seven of Swords and taking just what's needed here, you're not avoiding what has hurt. This is how we're ready. This is how we're ready to be initiated into the wildwood here, into higher spiritual experience, knowledge. Relief is what I'm hearing too. With death coming through and the destroyer, it feels like somebody's not here any longer. Being in the good stuff here, though, this energy, you are being fully supported to get through that tunnel that is death and rebirth. And that came through with the lotus too, right? Renewal, rebirth. It feels like it's been dark here for a while. Been stuck in the catacombs. Anything else on the good stuff here for Virgo, please? Nine of Swords too. We're facing some fear. Queen of Swords here at the bottom. Facing the truth on something. That something is over. That something hurts as much as it does. That it's affecting our ability to sleep. I was saying that earlier too. Being in the good stuff here, though, I see you guys tackling this. You are becoming your own protector, like I said. And I feel like the difficult part about all of that is stepping into that role when we feel wounded, when that divine feminine within us feels wounded. It's difficult if we're not used to, seeing, acknowledging, and using these archetypes inside of us. It may be difficult to pull that protector forward. But this is being highlighted, and you're being shown whatever you God, universe, source, original creator, however you want to look at this energy, start tapping into that, your own spirituality, because you're being led through spirit, okay? You're being shown how to get through this through spirit. Don't be afraid of the dreams that do come through for you at this time either, okay? All right, let's get into what you don't see coming. What's in the dark here? Six of Arrows, transition. Six of Swords, very similar. This actually stood out in the Curious Travels when I was shuffling too, Six of Swords. So what you don't see is a way through this. Whatever is going on. This feels heavy. It does feel heavy. But the beautiful thing about this energy, I feel, is just as heavy as the darkness feels here, the light is right there on the other side saying, I'm just as big of a bitch, right? Genderless, of course. That power is equivocal, okay? The storm will subside. The sun will rise again, is what I'm feeling. This may not be a happy journey. You do have to leave something behind, very similar to death. We have to allow that energy to be so. Like it is so, but we can resist it. We can make ourselves sick by resisting things. But something's coming, an opportunity here for you. It could be actual travel for some of you. Cross an ocean, a new life starting in some way. But moving from where it's been really hard to where it's just a bit easier, or even a lot easier. Protection, again, I'm getting with that swan, the swan boat. This journey, you're set up here, okay? The cost of the journey, though, to receive this protection, to be in the state of protection from yourself and from spirit here, is to be willing to take this journey. And that looks like starting to accept some of the things that have happened here, not numbing throughout the day, like I said. It's not a process we can hasten, but we got to be willing to open our eyes, all right? Ace of Wands comes through here next. In the dark, what you don't see coming. What you don't see here is I get this like energy boost. When this has been transitioned through, you get your energy back. You get your vibe back. You're able to start a new journey. You're moving to where there is growth, where there is life still. Receiving back what it is that you've lost, or even more so. The chills on that. We can get stuck, I know, in this pain, and it can prevent the things that are meant for us, the good things, being in the warmth of the sun here. It can prevent that from coming forward and being able to come into our lives. If we've got the doors shut, the windows shut, our heart is shut, nothing is going to force its way, into our life, except for change. But this is a situation where you want to be back in the warmth of love and light. Ooh, I feel that felt like just like a stab here in my heart. Um, oh, interesting. To relieve the pressure. Okay, what I'm getting is like sometimes we need to drain something like a cyst or a boil or like intracranial pressure around the heart. This needs to be drained in some way. What is the what is the yeah, what is the prick? What is the prick? How do we drain this? Magician, love that. Allowing it to be so, you guys. The desire. Do you have the desire for the pressure to release? Or are you hiding from what it is that you want because you're afraid of thinking about it at all? I'm just getting this vibe of this hurts so much, I just want to drink, smoke weed, watch porn, eat food, whatever, binge on TV, something, just so that you can take up your time with distraction. And it's a fine balance. We're not wanting to get lost in despair, but it needs to be able to, that pressure needs to be released too. You already have everything inside of you that you need to release this pressure. I'm seeing like burning something on a piece of paper here too. Maybe some altar work, putting your desire out there of the outcome that you want. Healing, relief. We do have a full moon in Gemini tomorrow, actually. I'm recording this on the 14th. So that would be a great time actually to release things, you guys. On the full moon, we release. On the new moon, we make intentions on what it is that we'd like. And we did have, it was a new moon in Sagittarius at the beginning of this month. So no matter how far down a path we've gone here, we can make a change at any time. New moon in Gemini. Full moon in Gemini, excuse me. This is Gemini's card here too. Gemini and Virgo. Both y'all. Okay, let's move into your difficulty or challenge at this time. Ace of Bows. So Ace of Wands, you had this here, and what you don't see coming here too. So the difficulty is starting again. Believing that there is this energy that's available for you. Oof. This hits home for me too, you guys. For me, it's a little more like, well, dealing with my narcolepsy and needing to make some decisions on medications and things. And I can share that. It's very death related too. I'm at a point where I need to, like I said, shift some things. And the fear for me is, will I be able to have the energy that I need to do this, right? I love what I do, and I love you guys, and I'm afraid, like, basically, I need to come off my meds, and I don't know how to do that, but I feel very strongly that I am being held through that, and then it will be okay. So I can relate, is what I'm trying to say. What we don't see here is that energy is available. Where is it? Let's find out. This comes with a completely new journey, though, too. Okay. um, Two of Cups comes in to clarify the difficulty here. This is connection. Love, potentially. So this could very much be a partner, like I said, for some of you that has needed to end a relationship, a partnership. I think the difficulty right now is trusting again. I like the imagery in this deck because of the snakes. Snakes can symbolize transformation, but they can also signify maybe someone that we should be cautious about, right? I feel like that's the point that we're at here. Maybe sometimes we're looking at that going, yes, this is a point of transformation. Other times we're like, how can I trust any of this? Everything has just hurt me up till now, right? This is where we are being guided. We are being led by our spirit, by our higher self, by our spiritual team. There is faith and trust that's needed here. Okay. I do want to pull one more here. Oh, Three of Cups and Four of Wands come through here in the difficulty. So I do feel there is a difficulty in connecting with other people right now, but taking that step and trusting that is really bringing forward some beautiful, beautiful things. Reasons to celebrate, remembering what it is to feel good with other people. Victory. A marriage for some of you, potentially, but crossing a major threshold. This is a big deal, you guys. This feels like a really big deal. Okay, I'm going to pull an oracle card here. Which deck do you want? Urban Crow. You want two. Okay, we're going to pull an oracle card here, two oracle cards, finish this reading up. I am going to move into an extended, if you guys want to join me there. No worries. If not, that's okay. I go over direct messages from your higher self, love and advice, career and advice, and then what is most likely being manifested for you based on your thoughts and your emotions. So links will be in the description if you guys want to check that out. What do we have here for Virgo? Final messages, please. Freedom. Ooh. Freedom! Love to see that. What else here for Virgo? Expose. Ooh. In order to experience this freedom, there is an exposure that needs to happen, is happening. We have to be willing to kind of back to the protection. There's a fine balance here, allowing ourselves to open up, but not to put ourselves back in a place of danger, because we are vulnerable right now. We are feeling exposed, and we're wanting so badly freedom from the pain. There is that caution ultimately towards what I'm getting is like snake oil and sheep in wolf's clothing. Be cautious about big promises right now. Be cautious about panaceas, cure-alls, okay? When we are in a susceptible state, we want to believe anything that will help us, okay? What helps you right now is leaning into your spiritual side, okay? Because you are receiving the answers you need. All right, Virgo, I love you guys so, so much, and I hope that this message is helpful. I'm going to move into the extended now. If you want to join me, I'd love to see you. If not, please take care of yourselves, and happy holidays, everybody. I will see you all very, very soon. Be well.